You know, I was told today that I was very lucky. Let me go back. I had a closing yesterday, and I was called a few weeks ago when I went under contract for this listing, which was not an easy listing. It was in a building where there were a lot of properties available. Many of them were fighting each other over price, and that's one of the things that I've talked to you about in other videos, where I tell you that you don't want to chase the market downward when a building or an area is losing their value. You want to be at the front, sell at the highest point quickly, because it's going to keep dropping. So if you keep trying to compete with everybody else by just staying a little bit above them, what you're doing is taking longer to sell and losing more and more equity as you go along. So this person called me, one of the realtors in the building, because there are several listings for sale, and she said, "You are so lucky you're under contract." And I said thank you. She was being nice, and she was a nice agent. But the truth is that you make your own luck. Lucky because I answer my phone when they call me. When my seller calls me and is concerned that the property hasn't moved, and lucky that I could demonstrate how many people were looking at the listing online and how many of them failed to make a phone call to make an appointment. And I was lucky to be able to show him on a weekly basis, without him requesting, what was going on in the building, what was under contract and what wasn't. I was lucky to take calls when agents called me to find out what was going on with the listing and whether I could show it to them or not. I was lucky when I made myself available to show the listing at all times, and lucky to follow up and make sure that if they were going to make an offer, that they would consider my listing first. I was not lucky. I was proactive. I was always waiting for the right call, the right buyer, and we got it done. And if I'm going to use the word, it's not going to be lucky, it's going to be blessed. So let's strike luck out of there. That's my message today. There's so many other things that go into taking a listing. It's not just putting it on the MLS, which goes to Zillow and everywhere else, and then you wait and see if somebody calls you. You're not doing a good job for your property, for your seller, and for the buyers if you're not putting all the details into the MLS. You're not telling them what the schools are. Well, this was a 55 plus community in this case, but the schools, the amenities, the correct association bylaws, the right pictures. If you're not doing all of that, you're not setting yourself up. You're not setting your customer up for success. So you could either make sure your agent does all that for you, or you could just call me. Whether you're looking for a property and you want to know what's out there, avoid any pitfalls with financing and purchasing and future issues with any associations, you better call me for your own good. Take care.